some noise for our DJs. Wow. That's how you do it in Brooklyn at MCA Day. So we got a lot more coming up on stage. We appreciate everybody coming out. Come on in this room. We got a very special speaker coming up. Someone from behind the scenes at the Beastie Boys camp at Oscilloscope. This guy has worked since 2004, and I think he said 14 Beastie Boy videos. How many guys have seen Awesome I Fucking Shot That? Arguably the greatest concert film in the history of planet Earth. And also balling or gunning for that #1 spot, Yauch's basketball movie, which is incredible. So please, he's got a lot to share with us. He's got the lab coat on. Give him a warm MCA Day welcome for Usatin.
Thank you very much. I wrote some thoughts down here because it's not easy to represent 8 years working with Yauch. But I'm not up here alone. It says Neil, but I brought my daughter here. But more importantly, I represent like the other 3 guys that worked in this intimate environment that I was fortunate enough to work with for a long time. So I worked with Adam. We did 8 years together. That included like tens of thousands of edits. Now, if anybody here knows film, it's that chopping, thousands, and like Awesome I Fucking Shot That had 19,671. It's a dizzying pace to watch that film. But over that time, I was able to also start the DVD division at Oscilloscope and produce 12 DVDs for the different films that Adam would go on and distribute. It also included, 5 cities toured with the band while we would take the edit on the road. And edits were also music videos and films that spanned 3 of their albums at 3 film festivals, 2 short films, 2 feature documentaries, 1 presidential inauguration, and then ended with me recording saxophone for 1 song on their last album. When I first met Adam, he quietly sized me up for a while. I could tell this wasn't going to be easy. It was a trip enough to be sitting across from one of my musical icons, and more surreal that he was offering me a job. I expected him to be more goofy, like most people probably did, like more like the MCA persona and all the time. Yet he was kind, respectful, thoughtful, and said little. He wanted to know if I could do the work. And the only way to find out was to put my skills to the test. Because with Adam, it really didn't matter what you looked like, who you were, whatever. It was about your skills, always. At the time, I was making the &1 mixtape videos, which was hip hop and basketball combined and street ball, and the boys, being such huge basketball fans, knew my work. And Adam looked at the DVDs and said, I want this guy Sweet Cuts to come edit my videos. Like, who is this? And so he called up my production company and said, we'd like to get Sweet Cuts to come edit music videos for us. And so I couldn't believe it. I was on tour right at the time doing a basketball documentary, and I actually happened to be wearing this shirt at the time. And it was a complete coincidence. I looked down and said, wait, these guys are calling and asking, what? This doesn't make any sense. And it was the only Beastie Boys shirt I had, and I was on a trip in Louisville, like had 3 shirts. It was kind of a trip. But that one video turned into, you know what it did. Anyway, I went on to work with Adam, and in a short time we developed something that's like pretty unique within a film, where we understood each other on a creative level in an unspoken way. And it's the kind of thing that is very, very hard to achieve in film, because you spend a lot of time talking and, you know, not doing. You're sort of working ideas out, and it's like it could be a lot of massaging each other's egos in order to just get something done. But with Adam, it was all about just doing. You just got in and did it. I have a music background myself, and so we kind of tapped into that, and our working way, it just became kind of unspoken, and it felt like, you know, working with Adam was like playing in a band, even on the film level, where you could just be, it was like jamming. You knew where the music was going. We knew where the film needed to go, the video needed to go, the type of decisions we needed to make. It was an amazing time doing that. So it's kind of interesting now that you know, with all the anti-commercialism that was going on at the time, with the album 2 to 5 Boroughs, the anti-Bush era, it's kind of, we've reached this point now where if you want to watch a Beastie Boys video, you have to go through a bunch of commercials, and it feels kind of anti-message. So still, in all that seriousness with Adam, you can't forget the man's sense of humor. As a part of his master plan, he thought it would be great for each of us to wear these lab coats. And so as a test, we got this lab coat that was my chemistry lab coat in college, and we embroidered it here with the Oscilloscope label, and as soon as he saw that, he was like, yes, we're gonna do a bunch of them. And so we had us all dress up in suits and ties, and it kind of looked like a doctor's office with a bunch of doctors that were busy. Record people would come together, come through the office and watch and listen to albums and watch videos, and you know, that were exclusive and not yet leaked on the internet. And they would see us wearing these outfits, and they would think that Adam was nuts with this, running this whole operation, looking kind of like Willy Wonka's front office or something. It was just like, but it was a fantasy. Fantasy for him to have this environment that he could just like kind of play with us and what we were doing, what he was doing on a visual level, but also just making comments on the work life. It was like the ultimate irony, having the non-conformist, having everybody conform, making fun of conformity in the process, and doing that on a daily basis going to work. It was just part of the fun. But when I think about what it was like working with Adam, I think about just one phrase. It's just once in a lifetime. I even feel kind of ridiculous standing up here and thinking, you know, talking about this, because it may seem obvious. It's just once in a lifetime. There's never going to be that type of interaction, that type of care, that type of love, that type of consciousness about everybody around him, and care. He really wanted everybody, every one of us, John Doran, Remy Gletsos, Michael Botchin, myself, they wanted all of us to succeed, and we've all gone on to take that legacy and do great things, but nothing will ever be as great as wearing this ridiculous lab coat and dressing up and sort of just being a part of that whole world. It's ridiculous to sum up all of this in like 5 minutes, but that's what I could do. There you go. Thank you very much.